Good evening, everyone. My name is Ivan, and welcome to the Miami Stock Exchange. Today is June 15th of 2025. It is a Sunday. This video will consist of me doing a little bit of analysis on my previous week. I had some ups and downs, mostly downs, but working to fix that. Fixing it as we speak. And after I yap about that, we will get straight to the point on analyzing for the June 16th through the 20th week. So, let's get right into it, guys. So, I'd like to begin first with the last week I took some impulse trades. I would say those are the main things. On Monday, I started off with just some reasonable trades. Nothing too crazy, but I do remember that I was a little bit under the mood. I wasn't really on the mood for trading, simply because I guess probably like laziness a little bit. I played that night, like on Sunday night. I didn't probably have 100% confidence, perhaps. I'm guilty of that. I didn't go to the gym from what I recall. And after that, the next day, I had some good winning trades, made about $50, and then I took some losses and ended up being $30 spread for the day. So I allowed little losses turn to larger ones because of me getting tilted. I have some indicator that makes noise, and that influenced and pressured me to take trades a little bit. And I remember that throughout the entire week, I did not pay attention to what equities were doing at times. The next day on Wednesday, that was just another red day, larger. And on Thursday was the largest red day. I mean, I I took a trade that seemed like a setup, but the thing is that it was. I actually have it right here. One moment. I will check it out. Where's? Let's see. Okay. So looking back, it was a short. Not well. Pretty sure it was by a level, but the risk reward was not the best, and the market was kind of in a chop. It spiked on me quite a bit, and it went my way a little bit. Then it was at like break even, and like those trades that feel like they work, or no, they like they just don't work. Like they're just chilling, and they don't go down, they don't go up. They just kind of maintain, just float, and then like seem like they're a little bit trying to go against you, and you just get that vibe like, yeah, this isn't the most wonderful trade. I didn't have wonderful setups. I had a 2 minute setup, I agree. It was by a zone as well. It was not touching the level though. My risk reward was not the most practical. I did have a stop loss placed. Instead of hitting my stop loss, the market did a liquidated. It liquidated me. And as a result, it was a larger loss than I anticipated. Much more. So throughout that entire week, I was red. The factors that caused me, again, I some setups. First of all, the main thing is I took trades that I would get tilted over losses. Even that they're tiny losses, they tilted me. I was I was not happy at the fact that I had a red day. I I let emotions get to me. They truly got to me. I wanted to see only green, but we know that in trading We're never gonna always see green. That's impossible. There will be losses. That's a part of the game. So by each day, ever since Tuesday, the losses were larger and larger. I took setups that looked like setups but truly weren't. And I I was not prepared when I took these trades because there were impulsive decisions. As a result, my stop loss and my take profit were not defined as well. I I even pretty sure I even took like instead, like let's say I went long, but then I entered short, and it's just the market has been at a point where it's so like consolidating up and down that it's like it makes setups like short term, low quality, nanosecond time frame setups that makes a person think like, oh, it's worth taking. But then they get stopped out, and then they see the setup again, so they enter it again, but then they get stopped out again. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. I simply must control myself and get rid of my emotions. Losses are a part of the game. Don't let your mind attempt to convince you that just because you have a red trade or a red day or a red week stop you from hustling and pushing. Control yourself. In that week, I am guilty of saying that my schedule was not consistent in my daily life. You know, I'd go to sleep at 9 p.m. I'd go to sleep at 5 a.m. The type of life that you have, the schedule in your life, influences the way you trade. If you are inconsistent, if you're negative, if you have a negative mindset during the day, if you're unhappy or undisciplined or inconsistent, then you will not be disciplined, you won't be consistent in trading. To fix such things, implement the things you do in your life the way you want to do trading. So in trading, do you want to be positive? Do you want to not get tilted and salty after a loss? That means that in real life, you must be positive as well. Look at good things. Enjoy the present moment. You need to be aware of what's going on in the market, not just be on that autopilot. I have this thing. Sometimes I'm like, I prepare for the market in the evening. I have my 9:30 trades. And I mean 9:30 to 11 session. During that session, I am already thinking of, okay, how am I going to play out tomorrow? Even though it's, let's say, Monday, I'm already thinking about Tuesday. Do you see what I'm saying here? I'm already giving up of the day. I'm giving up with the day. And I'm just thinking, what will I do tomorrow? And then the same thing, I think about the next day. So I'm not enjoying the present moment in trading. I was not. I didn't see the art in trading the past week. I let losses get to me, and I took it to heart when I should not. It's a part of the game. It is so normal to have losses as long as they don't ruin you. Stop letting your mind attempt to tell you otherwise. Trust the process and study and have reasons that back up why you should be successful in trading. Why do you deserve on being green? What do you do in your daily life that's so that costs the value of being profitable in the market? Your daily life reflects who you are in the market. Last week, I was negative mentally. I had a negative mindset. I was inconsistent with my schedule. I wasn't aware of my surroundings, and as a result, that was my trading. What did I expect otherwise? So, be wise. View trading as something that it's an art that should be respected, and you know, losses are part of the game. Losses are a part of the game. Okay. Pay attention to equities, other markets, the news, what's going on. Control your emotions. Control your mind. Be consistent in your schedule. Very important. Have interest in the market, in trading. Don't let tiny don't let the chop influence you to take trades. Just because you took a loss doesn't mean that you have to freaking reverse the position or take it, or just it has to be a winning trade. Don't think that every single trade you take has to be a winning trade, please. Por favor, please. So, I have mentally reset myself. I had a lot of sleep today. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up early. I'm a man of my word. Unless I don't wake up for whatever reason. If I'll wake up. Hopefully. View things positively. Everything. Even this present moment. The second as I'm making this video, I'm happy. And it doesn't matter how I get judged. I don't care. Got that watch iced out. Alright, let's get to charts, guys. Enough of the speaking. Charts it is. Charts. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's begin with the NASDAQ weekly chart. NASDAQ weekly chart consists of the market slowly still trying to trend higher. We can see that the previous week was a one big red doji candlestick. Key levels were placed down, but they're more clearer on lower time frames. Switching on to the daily, we can see that one of the levels that is placed at 21,000 is a daily level that is due to this high over here, and this low. Another level is the 21,600, which is a level that's from this high, from these lows, from this channel trade. There's some nice topping over here. We can see that over here the 21,840 levels due to this high. Here is kind of the 22,000 is just the key mental level. Of course, at the top, the 22,300 level, that's key as well. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we can take a look and see that the market is at a point where it is it chopped in one zone and now it's back up in another zone. And we've been knowing this, right? We can see based on June 3rd, the market has broken above and it's been chilling around here. It had another higher zone that was more tighter for quite a few days, right? Between the 21,830 and the 22,000 even, but now it's back under it again, and it could get back into the 21,600 to 21,000 level. Let's see what it does. 16-minute time frame. Frankly, it's quite the same, quite similar. These are key levels that I think we ought to look out for. 21,700 could be a short-term level to look out for. So let's pay attention to that. And the reason why I say that is because we can see that it's like been a low here. Market boosted up. You can see that over here it's a pretty large candlestick for an hourly. So orders could be filled over here. Market was never down here really, where we are right now. Orders could be filled and it could hypothetically go higher, but we can't assume that. We'll see what happens during the price action, right? So I'd say be ready for another zone. Market is still in the chop. Respectable. Not surprised. Let's check out ES. Looking at the ES, we're going to begin at the weekly chart. And man, ES appears to be bullish. But, you know, we had a doji candlestick on the weekly chart that was formed from next week. Switching to daily. Daily looks beautiful, honestly. I mean, look at this. So we have, let's see here. One second. Oh. So I'd like to point out that we have, so for the level that we currently have, this one right here, we have a low, 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 high, high, low, right? So what is this level? 58,060, okay? Next level, this one right here, the 5930 level, we have a high, low, 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 high, low. Market has been reacting to that as well. Looking at this level right here, we have a high, low, chop around here, right? Just lower topping, okay? This level, high, 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 and nothing. And of course, these three highs. A whole lot of arrow keys. But it's quite textbook. This is the daily chart. This isn't a 60-minute time frame. This is the daily. The market could have reactions to it. Moving on to the 4-hour, these levels that are played out on the daily chart play out well on the 4-hour as well. Short-term wise, we can, well, short-term for 4-hour from this entire range ever since May, we can see that the market is tempted to break up, rejected the 60-35 level, pardon me, 59.30, 58.65, chopping around here, kind of a zone as well, similar to the NASDAQ. I decided to place a short-term level, which is short-term, but it is also a psych level, 6,000. You can see a high that's going on right here, pretty much right here, here, here. Low, low, chop, low. 5-minute time frame. What does 5-minute look like? Looks like a zone. A zone to wait for short-term key levels. Let's see what 30-minute looks like. I would say that we're in a zone, a respectable zone, based on the higher time frame. The lower levels must be, the shorter time frame levels could be used, but that depends on intraday action. Let's just say I'm still not the master of analyzing short-term levels. During, Sunday evenings, I like to, well, actually, another thing that I must input and say that implementing short-term levels during the session doesn't hurt. Just make them a different color. Make them a different color and be aware that, hey, this is a short-term level that's formed. We could potentially look out for that. So looking at some, here's what's for the earnings calendar. Nothing too crazy at all. Yeah, nothing much for the earnings side. For the news, tomorrow manufacturing index at 8:30. Tuesday goes off crazy. Core retail sales, as well as unemployment claims Wednesday. Federal funds rate, economic projection, and FOMC statement, FOMC press conference. The market is going to be anticipating for Wednesday. Wednesday is packed. That means that most likely there will be more chops, but we cannot assume. Thursday, market's going to be closed. Friday, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. So mainly Wednesday is the time to be on the lookout for. Wednesday. That was such a cool circle, am I right? Oh. So your mind and your heart can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Sometimes it's better to think with your mind rather than your heart. Sometimes it's better to think with your heart than with your mind. In trading, everything must be viewed objectively. Because sometimes the heart wants to be in your favor, sometimes it's against it, as well as the mind. Be a robot. Be a robot. Be unemotional. Know that losses are a part of the game. Have reasons to why you take trades. Don't just take a setup just because it looks like a setup. Or that the nanosecond time frame made some tiny setup, or that some indicator is making some noise that's influencing you to take trades. Be calm. You heard a mentor tell you to take short? Question, why? Why didn't he decide to take long? Why are equities? Why is Tesla tanking? What causes it to tank? Why is Microsoft going up? Question things and determine what causes them to do so. Think. You want to take long? Okay. What if someone wants to take short? What do short people think? Think outside the box. Don't be stuck in this box. Don't be like a little mouse running on a little treadmill that doesn't end. Assuming that, hey, I can only have greens, and when I have losses, it's the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world. It is a part of the game. And we're blessed to have the opportunity to trade and to learn from it. Have your mind in your favor always. Always. And sometimes I don't believe it. I don't believe that my mind's in my favor sometimes. It 100% isn't even right now still. But I tell myself otherwise. I tell myself, yes, it is by my side. It is by my side. And I will succeed in trading. And I'm succeeding right now as we speak. Unconsciously telling myself, consciously or not, face your fears, execute, don't overthink it, don't double think it and just not end up doing it. Execute. Doesn't matter if you want to do this or that, you need to execute something. End of story. Execute. Done. Don't tell yourself that you'll do it the next day, then the next day, then the next day. You have the opportunity to trade at the 9:30 session. Trade at the 9:30 session and make the most of it. Doesn't matter if it's a loss. It is a part of the game. It is a lesson. It is an opportunity to learn. Enjoy the present moment, every second, every moment. Absolutely. Pardon. Absolutely. This was a longer video. It truly is. I'm happy that it is. Maintain consistency in your schedule. Don't let randomness influence you. Be consistent and disciplined. Your life outside is how it influences your trading. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This is the Miami Stock Exchange with a brand new evening analysis video as well as a personal self-reflection of my previous behavior throughout the week, both in trading and in real life. It is to my intention to fix it, and I have been fixing it. And I believe I fixed it more as we spoke, and I feel more confident. And I'm ready to conquer, as well as you should be as well. Don't let losses influence you. The world is yours. The world is mine. Have a wonderful night, everyone. See you out tomorrow at the session. Good night. Miami Stock Exchange is out. Peace.